Description, save 50% on the Uber Nexo Pro 100-watt charger and 25% on the Rooftop Pro 209 docking station for up to 3
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Let's see here. Are we talking okay? Let's see. Looks like we are. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of On the Pole Racing here from FFTv. Here tonight, we're with the Ringo Wraps and Design. Oh, we're here with the Cup Series. What's going on here? Oh, I know what's going on there. This here needs turned off. There we go. Now we're here. We're here with the FFTv Gen 4 race sponsor tonight. Up there in the top right corner. Want to make sure that it is okay with our map. What did I do with it? Oh, what the hell? What the? There it is. I can say I misplaced my track map. So our race sponsor up there in the top right corner there within the track map. Qualifying underway. Not really seeing any times here. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing we're going to see here. There we are. There's the times. Justin Wilkinson there with your best time so far with a 29.599. Ben Parson with a 29.651. Whitford and Spillman still have yet to go for their laps. But with 30 seconds, they don't have time. Who's your favorite driver here tonight that we're going to end up watching? Hopefully they'll make it to the end just fine here at Texas tonight for the FFTv Gen 4 Cup Series. Warm-ups going underway. That sponsor we have here for tonight is the Cigar Time Lounge out of downtown Dalton, Georgia. So I want to thank Cigar Time Lounge for sponsoring tonight's race. Looking there at Daryl Whitford. And that number 20 out of Columbus, MS, Scranton, PA for PJ Wentland. AC Vevey, Indiana, for Joseph Spielman, as he's out on track. Chase Matsko, Justin Wilkinson up there on top in that 99. Drivers trying to get the last minute adjustments in these cars. Ben Parson out there in front now as the quickest. Don't scratch that. It's time to shuffle around here. Now you see them all spread out throughout the track. PJ Wentland up there in fourth. Wilson in there in fifth. Matsko sixth right now. Sixth fastest, that is, right now in warm-ups. Any driver set and ready to put on a show tonight. See if we have points here. I know I don't always get them, but we'll see if we have points here for tonight. So it looks like we got Mark Nelson out front, Chase Matsko second. Evan Gomet there in third, and I don't see Gomet in the race tonight. We got Ryan Peters fourth. Peters is out there in the number 5. Dan Brassington, he's out there in the number 29. Your top 5 in the points. As it stands right now. Black flag for Wentland, gets that cleared. Working there off at 3. We got about 10 seconds left. Hey, Parks there in at 33. Getting ready for the start now. Your race info for tonight. Oh, that's wrong. Hold on a moment. We're going to change that. This is the 20th. Well, 106 degrees for a track temperature, 80 degrees Fahrenheit for your ambient temperature. 45% humidity, partly cloudy with 2-mile-an-hour winds. That is your race info for tonight. Your starting grid looks like this. Justin Wilkinson out there in front. Ben Parsons second. Mark Nelson third. Ryan Peters there fourth. Chase Matsko fifth. Dan Brasington there sixth. Graham Connolly there seventh. PJ Wentland in eighth. John Dubai ninth. James Apaw there in 10th. Matt Mars in 11th. Bobby Watts in 12th. In 13th tonight, that's going to be Josh Tarrant Hill with Joseph Spillman there who was outside in 14th. And Darrell Whitford out there in 15th. All the drivers are set and ready to go. Now they're bringing on down. Wait, where they all go? There they are. Not sure what that was all about. Now we try to figure out the best camera work here tonight. And see them all working on down through here off of corner number 3. Brad will pull that pace car off. Down here off the corner in the corner number 1 and 2. Side by side they go. Wilkinson as your leader right now with Ben Parsons trying to chase him down there in second. Nelson there third, Peters fourth. Watching them all storm down that backstretch. Everybody seems clear and concise at the moment. Yeah, you see them roll there through 3 and 4. Back out here onto the front stretch. Everybody side by side. Whoa, hang on to it. That's the 21 there of John Dubai. Had to chase it a little bit, but got it back under his control. Back down into corner number 1 we go. Head on down here through 2, out onto that backstretch. Everybody doing a great job here. Seeing Graham Connolly there out of Melbourne, Australia. John Dubai there just ahead of, or just behind him, sorry. PJ Wentland just ahead of him. Then you got that Winston car up there on the top side, that 29 of Dan Brassington. Work down through the front stretch into corner number 1 and 2. Josh Tarrant Hill coming off of pit road in that singular number 300. As Mark Nelson works down here, Chase Matsko there fourth. Ryan Peters there fifth. Dan Brassington here at 6th with PJ Wentland there 7th. And roll here off of 4, back down across. Ben Parson in 2nd. Mark Nelson there 3rd. There you see Chase Matsko there in 4th. Hang on to it. There's Mark Nelson. Chase Matsko falling back some. Here comes Mark Nelson. Up there on the top side, he's got Ryan Peters there working underneath him. Chase Matsko up there in 3rd. You got Ben Parson there in 2nd. Justin Wilkinson out front, that number 99. 75 laps we're coming on here for lap number 5. Coming into corner number 3. Hopefully everybody's hearing me okay. We head on down through here. Yeah, we'll just double check this right here just to make sure. All right, so doing a great job here tonight. These drivers really putting on the show as we're all bunched up here on the backstretch. Graham Connolly kind of caught up there with PJ Wentland as Wentland looking above him as they come here out of corner number 4, back around onto the front stretch. Josh Tarrant Hill just looking to try to stay on the lead lap. I don't know if he'll be able to. Mark Nelson's there in 4th. Ryan Peters 5th. Dan Brassington there 6th. Graham Connolly 7th. Wetland there in 8th. John Dubai 9th. James LaFaw there in 10th. And then we're going down. Whoa, hang on to it. John Dubai getting a little loose there coming down the backstretch. Ends up coming off that outside wall down to the bottom of the racetrack. Gets it collected, though, as he works back around here off of 4. Now they put 7 laps into the books. It's now 8 laps in. I think Matsko now looking to the bottom side of the captain as they work down here into corner number 1. Trying to see what they can do here, pulling off the corner. And here we go, down here off of turn number 4. Chase getting a little loose, ends up falling back into the grasp of Mark Nelson. Mark Nelson now brings it up into 3rd. Down here into corner number 1. Side by side, now Mark Nelson gets ahead. Chase Matsko definitely falls back to 4th. Up there on the high side of the racetrack. Here comes Peters if he's going to try to get up there. Now Matsko, he's going to see if he can get that momentum built back up and try to get underneath Nelson again. Down here through turns 3 and 4. Back out here onto the front straightaway. Ben Parson there in 2nd. Mark Nelson 3rd. Chase Matsko 4th. Ryan Peters 5th. There you see Dan Brassington there at 6th with Graham Connolly in 7th. Everybody's working down off of the corner just fine. Lap number 10 of 75. Yeah, they work on down here off the corner, back down into the straightaway. Ben Parson there in 2nd. Mark Nelson there 3rd. Justin Wilkinson there out front. And you see the 2 of James LaFaw out of Shinston, West Virginia. Here on lap 11, now on to 12 as 11 now in the books. Hey, driver really put it on here. Everybody's kind of single file trying to find the excitement, find out where the drivers are battling each other. Not really seeing it one way or the other. I see Wetland there in 7th, Brassington there 8th. John Dubai back here in 9th, James LaFaw in 10th. As you're looking there at Connolly, who's currently sitting 6th. And run down here in the corner number 1. Justin Wilkinson out there in front. Ben Parson 2nd. Mark Nelson there in 3rd. There you see that 5 of Ryan Peters. Sits right behind Chase Matsko, who's in 4th. There you go, side by side. John Dubai on the bottom. With Dan Brassington up there on the top side, and that no bull number 29. Down through the front stretch, down across the stripe. Looking at John Dubai in that number 21 as they head off through 1 and 2. Lap 15 of the 75. All right, there we go. John Dubai there in 21st. Matt Moore, 21, I'm sorry, in the number 21, sitting in 9th, not 21st. We don't have 21 cars here tonight. At most, 15. And the guy in 15th position is Josh Tarrant Hill in that number 300. Still hanging on to that lead lap, even though he's back there at about the coming out of turn 2 as the number 99 there of Justin Wilkinson's coming through number 2. So hanging on to the lead lap by just a little bit here as they come in here towards that. We're closing in here on a third of the way through, about 8 laps away as we head on down here into corner number 1, almost going 3 wide as John Dubai looks to the middle. Does not force the issue, ends up behind the number 3 of PJ Wentland. You got the 34 there, Matt Mars, and that mellow yellow machine. Here comes that 21 looking to the bottom side of Wentland. Does get there. Dubai gets around Wentland down here through turns 2, back onto that backstretch. But Dubai, not wanting to give up, ends up going up there to the high side. And here comes Wentland. Now he's going to get that spot. And we're here off 4, lap 19, 18 in the books. Cross the stripe into corner number 1. And all these drivers have looked great all season long, really have come out and put together some great races. If you're interested in how to join, check out their website. The link is down in the description. And that should take you to get more information on the league and what you would have to do to maybe get involved. All right, work down here off of turn number 1 into corner number 2. Josh Carrot Hill still hangs on to the lead lap just by a little bit there as they work down through the backstretch. Mark Nelson, as we're watching him in 3rd right now. Out of Pierre, South Dakota, he's gaining on Ben Parson. The captain's got to figure out where he's wanting to go. Yeah, I believe it was him. On that car is tonight's sponsor of that Cigar Lounge. The Cigar Time Lounge, I believe, is on that machine for our sponsor here tonight. If we can get a little bit closer there. And down the side of that, it does look like it reads Cigar Time Lounge, and across the back of that chrome green Chevrolet. I work down here in through corner number 3 and 4. Mark Nelson there in 3rd, where he's been for quite a while now. Chase Matsko's trying to get back up there, sitting in about 4th right now. Closest battle is here between the 86 and the 33. Now the 34 comes around Graham Connolly. Looks like Graham Connolly is down on the apron. Coming out of pit road, making his stop. All right, now, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what happened to Connolly there. Yeah, he ended up down on the apron and ended up dropping a few spots. Now we'll see if it holds true for tonight's race as it did for Sunday night's race. That at some point during the race, after halfway, could possibly be a random caution. The officials here at FMA have kind of decided on possibly doing that. It seemed pretty well received Sunday night. We'll see how it's received here tonight if it happens. Now I come here out of 4. Officially a third of the way through tonight's race here at Fleeger Farm TV, bringing you the Freedom Motorsport Alliance Fleeger Farm TV Gen 4 Cup Series. go down here off the corner, back down through the front stretch. Justin Wilkinson there in the 99. Ben Parson there in the 33. Sitting in second. I see Bobby Watts coming on up there, getting around the 21 of John Dubai. John Dubai is falling back. Sitting in about 13th right now. As you see there, John Dubai falling back a little farther. He falls back here to 14th. I don't know if there's an issue with Dubai. Or what could be going on. As they head down there out of turn number 3 and 4. Back out onto that front stretch. Coming across that start-finish line, it's still Ben Parson, it's Ben Parson as your leader. As I missed what happened to Wilkinson as he come back here to third. Now we'll see here. I'm not sure what exactly happened. See if we can get any answers here. So it looks like they just caught up to him. The 99 ends up sliding a little bit up the racetrack. They might have burned off tires a little bit. Parson there comes around him down on the inside. So will the 86er of Nelson. So Wilkinson needing to save tire a little bit better. Down here through the front straightaway comes the 86, Mark Nelson sitting in second. Justin Wilkinson was leading, now he's back into third. Brian Peters there in fourth. Looks like we got our first taker to pit road, and that's going to be PJ Wetland coming into pit road. All right, we come down here through. It looks like everything's coming on down. All right, see you there as the leaders come through. Down here through the front straightaway. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to figure something out here. It's not cooperating the way I want to. Lap number 39, so we're over halfway. As your leader still is Carson. Hey, driver doing a great job here. And see them all working down here. We got Nelson on pit road. You got Peters on pit road. Matt Morris is your leader now, as he looks like he'll be coming here shortly. Now we close, as we are over halfway, as these drivers make it one pit stop to make it all the way. Matt Mars and Josh Tarrant Hill have not made their pit stops yet. As there you can see, Dan Brassington coming out of corner number 4. Pit stop for Tarrant Hill underway. I see it there, Dan Brassington in at number 29, sitting there in 5th right now, out of Woodleaf, North Carolina. Brassington comes off. Matt Morris still has yet to pit. And that number 34. All eyes are on him for when he decides to come in. Matsko in the pits. Unsure what happened to him. There was no caution to come out. So I'm definitely unsure what happened to Matsko. Head on back out through the front stretch. Matsko had an okay run going. I don't know what happened. Matt Mars there in front, but still leading the race, has not come into pit yet. The 99 of Justin Wilkinson coming out of 4 now, kind of as Mars is coming out at, well, scratch that. They're pretty close on laps. Here we go, out of the corner, down here in the 1 and 2. Dan Brasingen back there in about 5th. We got the 3 of Wentland out of Scranton, running that yellow and black number 3. Looking underneath them, looks to be at 37 of Bobby Watts. Bobby trying to make the pass. Looks like he's going to complete it here as they come out of turn number 4. Or sorry, turn number 2. Mars on pit lane here at lap number 48. Mars ends up falling back down into about Mars falling back here. Works here off of turn number 4. Or sorry, turn number 2. Back down here into 3 and 4. Justin Wilkinson retakes the lead with Mark Nelson out there in front. Ben Parson in 3rd. Nelson there, as we said, sitting in 2nd with Wilkinson out front once again. We'll see if he can hang on to it or if he's going to lose his tires. He's got 26 laps before this race ends. Can he hold on to it as he's down there on the bottom through 1 and 2? Back out onto the backstretch. Nelson there in 2nd. As you see, here comes that 2. James Abaugh trying to battle with the 3 of Wentland. There's a lap between them. Justin Wilkinson right there behind him. He looks to the lap to get underneath the lap machine of Abaugh and will do so. Now he goes under the 3 of Wentland. Head on down here in the corner number 3 and 4. 25 laps to go, soon to be 24. They come out of 4, down across the stripe. There goes Matt Mars as he gets around the lap machines. Being a lap down himself. 21 laps to go here at Texas. Sponsor tonight, as we said, Cigar Time Lounge. Ben Parsons sitting there in third. Dan Brasington there in fourth. Graham Connolly there fifth. As they head on down here in the corner number 1 and 2 with 20 laps to go. Work here out onto the backstretch. The driver doing a great job so far. Out here in the corner number 3 and 4. They come out of it down across the front straightaway. 99 there, Wilkinson under fire from Nelson. As Nelson there has taken the lead. Wilkinson's falling back, and we saw that there towards the end of the first run. Wilkinson kind of falling back there. Not sure if he's burning the tires up a little more than what the others are, or what the issue there is for Wilkinson. But now they got the 37 there, Bobby Watts, kind of in between them. And come here out of turn 4 with 17 laps to go. In the corner number 3 and 4, they come once again after they exit that backstretch. $15 laps to go as they come. All right, let's give that a try. Am I back? Am I back now, hopefully? Now we come down here in the corner, number 3 and 4. You got Wentland on pit road. Mark Nelson up there out front, winning the race right now. We're looking at Justin Wilkinson. Dan Brasington there fourth. Graham Connolly there fifth. Matt Mars in sixth. All right, sorry there for the moment of no sound from me. I was talking, but apparently it wasn't coming through. I don't know why the mic cuts in and out like that. I haven't fully figured it out. Hopefully we got it situated up for the rest of the night. And we work here out of 2 down that back straightaway. 4 laps to go for Mark Nelson, Ben Parson, and Justin Wilkinson. Dan Braxton here into number 29 would probably love to get up there in a battle, but I think he's too far back. He's about 11 seconds, almost 12 seconds back off of Wilkinson. So it looks like Braxton will be finishing most likely in 4th. All right, Graham Connolly back here in 5th. Parson coming there off of turn number 4. Nelson already across. Here comes Parson. Wilkinson there, out there in 3rd. Hey, here Mark Nelson coming there through turn number 2 down that backstretch into corner number 3. There goes Parson. One more time around here for Nelson as it comes out of 4 down across the stripe. Final lap here tonight for Mark Nelson, Ben Parson, Justin Wilkinson. Dan Brasing in 4th, Graham Connolly there 5th. Now they come out of here through off of 2, down through that backstretch. Matt Mars is going to be lucky and hang on to the lead lap. A6 there at Mark Nelson. He gets the win. And Ben Parson in 2nd. Justin Wilkins there in 3rd. We'll wait here to see what our results are as they come in. Mark Nelson doing a great job getting that car out there to victory lane. And he rolls the bottom of the racetrack, coming back around here to the front. Ben Parson there in 2nd. Justin Wilkinson there in 3rd. There you see Nelson parks it right there on the start-finish line. All right, let's see who we get with. Looks like we're going to start with Justin Wilkinson, our 3rd place. Good evening there, Justin. How's it going?
Oh, it's all right.
All right. Well, I mean, you started on pole. Just, I think you might have burnt them tires up a little quicker than everybody else.
Yeah, I definitely did. Maybe I should have practiced a little bit more on the long run. I didn't realize how fast the right front wears off this thing. I don't know if it's a setup thing or what, but that first run, I think halfway through it, I got the tire warning, and by the time I came in the pits, I was 18% on my right front. So drove it a little too much on that right front, I think.
Yeah, you were feeding Texas that right front pretty good then.
Yeah, and I hate to be super critical about the setup, but man, it's, you know, I get it. Like the cars are, need to be a little bit looser, and I like that. But it just seemed like you were racing the car, the tires more than you were racing other people, and it is what it is. I'll take a third.
Well, I mean, you did a great job. Like we said here at Texas, going on to next week. We're going to. Looks like we're going to Kansas.
Yay! I don't know much about Kansas. I haven't raced there in a minute, so we'll see how we do there.
Alrighty, well, hope we can carry some of this momentum that you brought here tonight. Getting the pole, getting a great start. Just unfortunately, come race time, like you said, wore that right front down a little quicker than maybe what you should have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll be a little bit more conscious about it next week, I guess. It's been a minute since I've raced Legacy Texas as well, so I guess I forgot how much it really eats tires.
So, well, great job getting third. You got sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank?
Oh, yeah, just simrockmarket.com. We sell bases, number sets, all design assets and whatnot for iRacing, so check them out if you're looking for a paint scheme and you want to do it yourself. And then FPR Motorsports, my team, Dan, he finished right behind me in fourth, so that was awesome. So good showing for us today. And then, you guys, for broadcasting and putting on a good show for us.
All right. Well, great job there, Justin. And you have yourself a great week. We'll see how you do next week at Kansas.
I appreciate it. Have a good night.
All right. That was Justin Wilkinson. Now we'll get with Ben Parson. Good evening there, Parson. How's it going?
Good, Adam. How are you this evening?
I'm doing well. Well, you got second.
Yep, bridesmaid again.
Eventually you'll get another victory, right?
Hey, we got to start getting podiums, and then we'll slide into first eventually.
Well, I mean, you did a great job. You seem to be coming alive here on the oval side of Freedom Motorsport Alliance. I mean, I think you finished second in the Xfinity race on Sunday as well.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Well, I mean, you're figuring it out, and that's all it's what it's about. Besides having fun, that's the biggest thing. Is having fun while you're out here.
That's right. I still consider myself a rookie. I've only been doing it for a little while, but yeah, we're figuring it out slowly but surely. We had a fast cigar time Monte Carlo tonight, Escudero Cigars, and they also sponsored the race. So I was hoping to bring home the win for them, but we'll take a podium for sure, and just want to say hello to everyone at Cigar Time Lounge watching the stream.
Well, hopefully we did okay by them with the stream tonight.
Yeah, hopefully all the audio is good and everything. Hopefully the car looked correct. I know I've had some issues with the spec map, so hopefully it looks good tonight.
Well, it looks pretty good on my end, I hope. But, yeah, great job bringing home second. And you have any other sponsors or shout-outs or anybody you want to thank?
No, other than just Cigar Time Lounge. Be sure to, everyone watching, if they like cigars, call them up. They're in Dalton, Georgia, and order some Escudero cigars. The only place in the world you can buy Escudero cigars. They're in Cigar Time, and that'd be the only sponsors. And like always, appreciate you for the broadcast and everyone else here at FMA. It was a good race.
Alrighty. Well, congrats there, as we said, for getting that second. We'll see what you have going into Kansas next week.
Yes, sir. Look forward to it. Appreciate it.
All right. Have yourself a great night.
You as well. We'll see you.
All right. That was Parson, our second place finisher. Now we'll get with Nelson. Good evening there, Mark. How's it going?
Hey, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing well. That track slowly came to you tonight, didn't it?
I guess. I think I just kind of cruised and just ran a pretty wheel, didn't push too hard on the beginning of the tire runs, and I mean, I definitely had more trouble as the tires wore, but I was just kind of, I knew that from practice that these cars were going to be a handful when they got into a tire run. So I just do what I normally do and just take it easy throughout the whole run and try not to lose too much at the beginning and not fall into the trap of racing other people, just race the track, and it worked out for me. I was struggling to get by Ben there for the first half of it. I think I maybe was a little bit faster than him, but just trying to get the air and the speed off the corner, I couldn't quite get there. So I honestly didn't think I'd win this race. I thought I was probably going to be a second or third place car. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm really good at long runs, and I was able to stand behind that tonight.
Well, you did a great job, and what do you expect when we go to Kansas next week?
I really don't know. The racing line at that track is typically against the wall, but I don't know what these cars will be like there. So it'll probably be a similar deal. That track is very similar to this one, in my opinion. It's just the outer line is more the preferred line than it is here, but I feel like the tire wear and kind of the way that you drive the track is about the same. So I'll just plan to avoid crashing, and the rest should fall into place.
Well, let's hope. But I know before that we got the Xfinity race, which you don't run, but then we have the GT3s on Monday.
Yep, that'll be fun too.
So we look forward to seeing you push your luck there again, and we'll see if you can bring home another win there at Kansas next week.
Yeah, I'll give it my best. Thanks.
You got sponsor shout-outs? Anybody you want to thank for getting that victory tonight?
I would just say what I normally do. Thanks to anybody that watches this for me and that supports you, and thanks for your efforts doing this, Adam. And thanks to my wife for her support.
Alrighty, well, congrats, and we'll see you Monday night when we take on the GT3s, and then back here again for Kansas on Wednesday.
Sounds good. See you then.
Alrighty. That was Mark Dowson, our winner here tonight. Again, our sponsor tonight was Cigar Time Lounge. We want to thank them for coming out and putting in the time to sponsor tonight. And I don't know if I have any other words other than great job here tonight by the racers. And we'll be back at it tomorrow night with the Coast to Coast Racing League, taking on some dirt track stuff. And then again, Friday night for Cannonball. And then we got a treat. If you've been on the channel, you notice we have an Independence Day race for a Ukrainian race. They're running Mazda MX-5s. So if you're into that, that's going to be about midday Sunday. And then we're back here Sunday night for the FMA Xfinity Series. So lots to check out here at Flicker Farm TV. And as always, check out the description for all the different things that we might offer. Make invites, merch, whatever. And check out description. Thank you all for watching. Have a great, great night.